My name is Daniel Long, and today I am going to go photograph some red deer. I'm very lucky in that only an hour from where I live there is a great spot that I can see red deer through the winter months. They tend to come down from the higher mountain ranges to feed in the valleys of the rivers. Now there's some great spots over on the west coast where you can do this all day, but I like this location because it's predictable. I know that every evening there will be red deer down here having a feast on the grasses of the lower valley. So sometimes when I've been busy in the morning like today, I take the time to come down here and I sometimes just watch the deer, to be honest. They're amazing creatures, being the largest mammal in Britain. Now this is a herd of stags, so the antler racks can be amazing, massive antlers, and they're just so photogenic that it's really worth it. I've got a little bit further to drive, but from this point onwards it is possible for me to encounter some red deer. Now today I'm in my car. I'm using it as a mobile hide. Cars are a great thing in that animals do not see them as a threat in most circumstances. So in particular with the red deer, they will be able to come very close to me and they won't be scared of me. It acts as a hide because it shadows your form and it blocks your scent. Those are the two things that are really important when photographing deer. Your scent is what will make a deer run away. If they catch a smell of you, they will run. That's just rule number one. If they see you, they'll begin to taste the air, smell the air, try to figure out if you are a threat or not. That's why hunters always face downwind to stop their scent getting from the animal. 9 times out of 10, they will be okay with you if they can't smell you. So the car acts really well to block your scent from the animals. Can you see the first couple males? Red deer just wandering through the snow as they are moving a bit further away. I'm not going to get an image, I don't think, but they're already down, which is a little earlier than normal. Must be because of the snow on the ground. But that's your first taste. So there's a big herd ahead. I'm going to set up my camera, move a bit further forward and show you what we're dealing with. It's quite a large herd here. 20 individuals, I think. I've turned the engine off because they don't really like it that much. But they're quite happy eating some grass. I'm gonna look round. They will occasionally smell the air in my direction, trying to see if what I am, but they seem quite placid in general. They're not worried. As you can see, they're quite happy. Occasionally looking around like that one there. about this place was that I came down here for a walk, and me and my girlfriend, we were just walking along the road, having a wonderful day, and then we decided to turn back because we'd been going for several miles, and the landscape was wonderful. So we decided to turn back, and on the way back, a stampede of about 50 deer rocketed down the hillside across the road in front of us and across the river, and it was just so amazing. And as we continued along the path, we encountered herd after herd of deer, and I was like, I've got to come back here, I've got to come and do some photography down here, I've got to get some red deer. Because where I'm from originally is down in Kent, near Canterbury, and you just don't see the deer like you can up here in Scotland. There are red deer in Kent, I'm pretty sure. There's fallow deer and roe deer. There's lots of deer down there, but because it's a farming county, it's a bit harder and they're a bit more elusive. But up here in Scotland, where it's such a big industry and the herds number in their thousands, it can make for some really great photographic opportunities. Unfortunately, because I'm working in the car, you can't really see what I'm doing. Now, in general, I am setting the aperture at the widest possible, so f4 when using my 500mm lens, and f5.6 when using my 100 to 400. Then I set the shutter speed to at least 1/500th of a second, often a bit more than that, and then lastly I'm setting the ISO to get a good exposure. Now the deer are a bit darker than their surroundings, which means that there's a bit of blowout, which I hope to be able to correct in Photoshop later. That's my golden triangle, really. ISO in wildlife photography is often higher than you want it to be. That's just a fact. There's no way of getting around it, because you need to have your shutter speed quite fast, which is why there are f2.8 lenses out there. So that's sort of my work through at the moment. Now, as far as composition goes, I think you can see that what I try and do is isolate a subject. It doesn't really work when there is a lot of deer together. The images just look cluttered. So I try and pick one out that is standing apart on its own, is looking towards the camera. Sometimes I like them looking away, or I try and find a piece of behaviour of two deer interacting. But that's much harder to come by than them standing alone, to be honest, because they're when they are like butting heads or having a little flapping fight at each other, they're generally surrounded by other deer, which means the image is not as good, unfortunately. Ooh, bit windy. So that's sort of what I'm doing in terms of the photography. Apart from that, there's not a lot to see. B-roll is a bit more difficult as well because I'm moving a bit more. But I hope you're enjoying it so far. know in the comments. And don't forget, if you are enjoying my videos, please subscribe, like and comment. It's really appreciated to know that I'm doing something right in the least. So I'm going to continue on, and hopefully we'll have some more footage of deer for you as the day progresses. Got another hour and a half or so of sunlight, and hopefully we'll get something good in the meantime. So fingers crossed. Just wandering past the car right now. Need them to be a little bit more static, a little bit more comfortable with the car. I did get an image that I liked of one of them a moment ago. So that's it for this video today. I hope you've enjoyed the images that I've managed to get. I got a couple of different things, but this was a bit of an opportunistic video. I wasn't really planning on coming out and doing red deer photography today. I just decided to take the opportunity as I had time and the willingness to do so. That's a bit better. So I don't know if you can see the few deer just here. I'm not sure that they're red deer. They might be sika. I'm going to have a look at sika deer online when I get back home. So today was just showing you a bit of some of the red deer opportunities around here. This is one of several locations that I visit for red deer. So before the month is done, I hope to go and photograph some different deer in a different setting, so you can see how different they are. Probably it will be somewhere on the west coast. I will come back down here and you will see this area again, but I've got some ideas for some different shots. That was another important part for today. It was a bit of inspiration, to be honest. I've got a few red deer pictures. I haven't got anything new today, really. But it's given me some ideas of images that I want to aim to get, which is really the hardest part of photography, is coming up with an idea of something. So I'm going to try out some different techniques next time I'm down here, of trying to get the deer a bit closer, maybe using a camera with a remote trigger, so I can get a nice wide view, because the landscape down here is really what sets it apart. I might try that next week or the week after I will let you know. So there was a little problem there with my sound mixer. The battery went basically, so I've switched to the Rode mic and it appears to be working okay. So rounding up, today was a bit of an opportunistic afternoon. I wasn't planning on coming out and doing red deer photography, but I'm glad that I did. I got some images. I hope you like them. And if you are liking the videos, please subscribe, like and comment. Particularly comment, I would like some feedback and hopefully to engage in a bit of conversation with you. That's the whole point of doing these videos, to be honest. Before my camera dies. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.